Hello friends, welcome to week 2, day 1. Last week I did a 1-hour vinyasa flow intermediate style with Yoga with Cassandra on YouTube and noticed a lot of limitations in the flexibility of my lower back and my hips. So this week we're gonna take a little slower step back. I'm gonna do a 30-minute beginner yoga, therapeutic hips and lower back deep stretch. And I've been in physical therapy for my lower back since I was 25, like in and out. And of course, doing the physical therapy stretches always really helps. However, I wanted to kind of frame it in a yoga lens this time. So we're gonna spend this week stretching out my lower back and hip area. And then what I learned in physical therapy was you stretch it out, get it flexible, make room for the muscles to then develop the muscles around the weakened areas. That's what we're doing this week. I start work again, you know, the holidays are over. I start work again this week, so I wanted to cut the flow a little bit shorter. So it's a 30-minute stretch. Yeah, looking forward to really getting the old caboose a little loose. Getting settled. There's less of like a resting beginning in this flow. So getting right into a forward fold. This is a nice flow because there's a little bit of strength training, but it really is about leaning into some of those flexible areas or unflexible areas. At least when I arch my back like this, it is kind of like one curve. I think I used to have a pretty big bump right between my shoulder blades, so it's not I don't have a camel back anymore. I kind of have like just one curve, so it's pretty good. It's a good improvement. This is a side bend. I can touch my toes for sure. This was tough, I remember, because it's really easy to fold in towards the leg that you're stretching towards instead of boxing your body out and staying squared outwards and then going in towards the straight leg. You get the whole side body stretch in that. It's really intense. Yeah, I'm starting in the videos to like show where I feel the stretch, so that's a good side body stretch too. To kind of do a better job of walking back up through these poses slowly, just to create a little bit more mindfulness and lack of rush between poses. Oh, I forget what she called this pose. I think it was like a deer pose. It was so hard for me to get comfortable in it. I kept looking, I was like, what am I doing? I'm pretty sure that's just because, yeah, my legs can't sit in this position very easily. I'm not sure if you're supposed to tilt your head back or not. I'm not sure about that one. So this is a sitting pigeon pose, which is nice. She suggested rocking your bent leg back and forth. That always feels really good along the sides of the thighs. Twisting my ankle around, keeping that mobility. And then kind of, I think it's like kind of like a reset and then going to lead into the other side. of the body. It does feel nice when you can let yourself just hang. I felt like I really melted into the floor right there. It's not always easy to kind of trust yourself to hang like that and to let the ground catch you and support you, but it will. Fixing posture. Again, actually it doesn't look so bad, even if it's not as flexible. I think my arms look pretty aligned. It doesn't look like my arm above is going inward as much, so that's good. I'm keeping a square frame because that's really where you get the stretch on the side body, and I think that's mostly the point of this pose. So far it doesn't seem very, very rich in the lower back and the hips just yet. Still slouching, but that hump between my shoulder blades is going away. That's awesome. Okay, then the two 90-degree angle legs on the other side. It was a little easier, I think, to settle into this one because I kind of knew what I was doing. And I think when I had my head back, it was just a little too much, or maybe not. But I did feel that stretch, and that's exactly where I think I need to be spending some time and effort and focus. Them thighs and that lower back. Sitting pigeon on the other side. Rock the legs back and forth, always feels really good on the side of the hips. There weren't a lot of cat-cows in this one, I don't think. Maybe some of these initial ones, but yeah, always got that jaw tension. Just kidding. There was plenty of cat-cows in this one. Downward dog looks okay. It's the first one, so I never focused that hard, but I would love to be able to pop my hip up a little bit more. It's pretty triangular though. Yeah, three-legged dogs are so hard for me. It's strength and flexibility. Lunge with a twist. I think I need to be up a little bit more. My back leg is very straight. I think both legs need to be bent. Ugh. I think that's a pyramid pose or a triangle. Again, I need to just look that one up. But that one is crazy. Yeah, I think I still need the blocks for that one. And if that's not telling you, that's the whole backside of that leg. Yeah, I feel that. It's tough when like one part of your body isn't flexible or is in pain because it's usually related like 3 different muscle groups prior to where the actual pain and stuff that you're feeling is. So even if I am experiencing lower back issues, it's probably related to my hips and my ankles and somewhat of my shoulders. So it's just finding that full body healing and stretching and strengthening. It's never just about the the nuclear area of pain or struggle. Much like us as humans, it's never about the one incident of pain or screaming. It's usually about the 500 things that came before it. Repeating on the other side. Low lunge with a twist. Not as intense of a twist as last week's, which is nice in the low lunge. Again, just flexibility, more focus on flexibility than strength. Pyramid pose on the other side, again, all the way down that left leg. It's good. I really try not to push it where I know I can feel that like the backs of my legs are like hard as rock, so I really try not to push it, just so I get that little slight feeling of discomfort. Those always feel good. I forget what they're called. Side angle? No. Thread the needle. I think something like that. Thread the needle. Child's pose. I always do a wide-legged child's pose. Thankfully, that's available to me. Any child's pose is such a good, cozy place to rest and reset during a practice. Yep. That's where I feel happy baby, right in the back of my hips, or my thighs. I always instantly feel it there too. For some people, I think happy baby is actually more of a restful pose. Trying not to, I feel like I saw my face, trying not to judge myself and judge how inflexible and judge how tough it is and how scary it feels like you have all this work ahead of you to just have like a kind of average body walking around in the world. Average meaning average functioning. Reclined pigeon, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this was the first time I did pigeon with one of the legs straight. Yeah, the struggle is written on my face at that point, but it was really good. I got the back of the thigh stretch on both legs at the same time, and trying to hold your leg up straight while you're sitting down requires a lot of strength. So I'm glad. Oh, the pretzel twist. I don't know what the formal name for that one's called. That one rocks my world. Yep. And then I think I messed up this twist. I wasn't sure. Because I wasn't necessarily feeling it where I think she said to feel it. This is another yoga with Cassandra video, by the way. Sorry I didn't shout her out in the intro here. Yeah, shake it out. Oh, and I couldn't do the second bridge. I put a block underneath it because my hips were so tired. But that's what yin is like. So I mentioned doing a yin practice at the end of this video, and Yin is deep stretch with as little effort as possible. So almost everything is like a supported pose, at least in the yins that I've gone to or watched. So, but that bridge, I just could not do it. And then here's another reclined pigeon, straight leg. That leg's not straight, but it does take strength, which is nice. A little bit of strength in that flexibility and tension. Yeah, I go, ooh. Right there, right in the back of that thigh. If it's the back of my thighs, it totally makes sense as to why my lower back is always in pain. This is nice too. This practice is not, it doesn't go too hard on the wrists. If you have wrist sensitivities, repetitive use injury, carpal tunnel, tendonitis, this one's not so bad on the hands. Obviously, I guess because it's hip and back focused, but still. Oh yeah, I think this was the vinyasa, and I chose to do it with a butterfly leg situation, because I think I still needed that hip opener, and I was about to start the rest of my day, and I don't need a shavasana necessarily when I'm trying to get going, but this felt like a compromise where I was still working on hip flexibility. Because that's another thing to think about if you're a teacher. You're like, what time of day? What flow makes sense? I don't know. Peaceful BB. Yeah, and trying to make the effort to actually push myself up, because the ground, believe it or not, is really grounding. Doing my thank yous, the ohms. My sitting posture looks pretty aligned, which is awesome. I think 3 or 4 years ago you would have seen me like this, which I still do at my work desk, but hey. Nice. I put the white noise on because I have screaming cats outside. I'll say doing this, I think maybe more of like a yin based flexibility practice would be good, but I'm gonna stick to this one this week. I had gone for a walk earlier today, so maybe I'm a little bit more flexible. Maybe I'm a little bit more tired though, so maybe day 1 of week 2 will look a lot different from day 7. But I feel a little bit more relaxed, and it's nice to take a little bit of like a slower pace than last week. But yeah, thanks for being here. All right, that's the beginning of week 2. Hopefully I'll catch you around to the end of the week. I hope to also start making some videos about some of the more technical parts of these poses and kind of what exactly they're doing and benefiting your body and stuff. But yeah, thanks